around for a while as a
sure.
scorer who has placed it really highly at the majors you mentioned before. And going over to a map like Vertigo, that's going to be really interesting considering neither team really, well, you have EG who hasn't played it in official, and you have, I think, FaZe Clan has played it like 2 times total, if I'm not mistaken, less than 3. So it's going to be an interesting map, and we're going to see how deep the pool goes for FaZe.
Yeah, the next map really is going to be like really interesting because this is basically both teams as a core have not played at all.
Yeah.
In officials, of course. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. It's a bit of a messy map still, but it is fun to watch. You see a lot of good individual plays, and the battle for ramp has become quite exciting. Like I still remember watching the Renegades versus Avangard in the major, and it was one of those positions where Renegades were dedicating 3 players down there, and then Avangard were just putting Jame. And it was just 2 completely different styles, and there's still so much to work out with that map.
Yeah, but Jame's basically like 3 players.
He's got the hair of about 7, but that's not the point.
Stop. I can hear your jealousy coming through.
I'd kill for hair like that.
Olofmeister's gotten down through vents, though. I'm not sure if he's been spotted out. I'm imagining he has. As you can see, Cirque playing extra passive here.
Yeah, they've already got 2 players on the lower bomb side. They must know that he's around here. That's such a heavy dedication early on. It could be because of the way they've been playing, and yeah, Cirque quickly checked. They definitely had an idea that he was down there, and that's a much better start for EG. Obviously, in this round, there's some huge limitations, like 2 players already completely out of utility. Most of the utility they have left is just flashbangs, and then still an MP9. So this round isn't done by any stretch, and I think the way that FaZe are playing is actually quite difficult to play against. It's so slow until like the very last. Like you see a lot of aggressive rushes on this map. Not most of the time, just people sitting back and just going, yep, we're going to wait till 30 seconds.
Well, I think FaZe were hoping that Olofmeister would stay alive a lot longer in towards event because they were trying to set up the smokes towards outside to allow Nico again to push by himself. They've actually put 3 players in this position. 30 seconds left to go, as you mentioned before, how slow they're playing. How frustrating it can be, but Evil Geniuses still have 6 flashbangs left to use, so they haven't really wasted too much of this. And they're going to need these flashbangs to have an opportunity against these AKs, though, if they come in towards upper. Ethan's going to be waiting, tucked away with the MP9.
Yeah, that smoke is buying so much time, though, for the CTs. There's only 15 seconds left. They have to go now, and there's already multiple players around this side. Ethan up close. That's the bomb on the floor. I think this time the time is going to hit them hard. They've already run out. The bomb is not going to be planted. There's still 2 players on the lower bomb side as well. There's not a chance for FaZe to do anything there, and I think that was the counter. Just late usage of... I think that might have been their smoke. I question it, because I remember calling out the fact that they had 6 flashbangs and 1 incendiary. So was that the T smoke, or did they just find one?
I want to say they've had to... Why would you smoke main if you're going to go through main?
I don't know. Especially with that little time. Like, I can understand it if you have, like, 45 seconds left.
Yeah.
Because then you're trying to just gain the control and be a bit more surprising. But when you have 20 seconds left, you're going, well, if we leave it down to 3 to try and get onto the bomb, like, that's insane.
Again, going to push straight through door. This time, the explosive push in towards the upper bomb site. Brokey gets the first and the second. So well done by them. That patience from earlier rounds pays off as they switch things up and get aggressive. Oh my God. All right, okay. One Molotov wasn't good. Time, I think 3 makes a statement.
I created a barbecue up the top. I don't think anybody's going to be going through that. They have a great start to the round from Brokey as well. Like, throwing him in as the entry fragger. We see how powerful that SG is once again as he just domes 2 players as he walks in. Now they can pretty much go on the hunt. There's a fair amount of cash still available for the FaZe clan, so if they can remove 1 or 2 of these weapons... I like this position from Stan. It's not the most common of angles. He has, however, given away his spot. And I think Oliver's spotted out. It's just whether they can actually move anyone, and he's actually going to go down to the bomb. A little bit too close, but even still.
Thing is, I think this round works like on 2 fronts for them. A, they won the round, so obviously that's one of the fronts they won on. But also they're showing they can be aggressive and explosive. So now if you're EG, you kind of have to maybe invest utility earlier on instead of holding it on to late in the round like we saw in the previous. They can't afford to just wait with 6 flashbangs if they're going to come running out of doors like that. So it really keeps EG on the back foot, trying to figure out, do we use the utility early, do we use it late?
Yeah.
And really tries to stretch out any sort of lasting power that Evil Jesus can provide with the utility.
Here we go. Stan going for a little bit of aggression himself. He has actually walked past one of the players. Nico may just need to turn around here, or he could look to be the knife in the back. That's exactly what he does still. Cirque quick on the trade, keeps the man advantage. at least early within this. Cold's still going to try and lurk outside, but their smokes are going to begin to fade, and he can't really continue too far here unless they're going to be throwing down a couple more, which it looks like is possible. They're going to try and give him at least a little bit of cover. However, this is another situation where we've now seen EG get that early advantage. Like, they have done it a couple of times. I think
They've got
Stan,
it through aggression, I feel
yeah,
like, though.
yeah, that is the case. Like, Stan has been pretty much taking these fights. That is disgusting. He almost just killed Ethan through the floor.
Well, we've seen like 3 aggressive rounds. So far, twice it's worked. The one time it didn't, remember they pushed through Hut, looking for the initial shot with Cirque. They dropped to Cold Zera. The aggression works out this time. Well, at least it did. Fortunately, they're down to 2 players. Now just 1 is Tarek's be last alive, trying to flank in from Raider Room. I'll call that until I die. It's always Raider Room in my eyes. I don't know how he's going to pull this off. I mean, he's got Brokey low on HP. They generally know where he's going to be with the nade coming through. And he has a kit at least, but doesn't really have the angle, unfortunately. And Brokey's going to kill him, and it's going to be another round for FaZe Clan. Considering they lost players really early on, a 2-for-1 exchange, that's a pretty damn good turnaround.
Yeah, the thing is, I don't really feel like they did that much. Like, a lot of
FaZe
it...
Clan?
Yeah, I feel like they just were sort of patient. Like, they got peeked into Hut again, and they just waited, and they got a kill. And then they'd already done damage through the Hut onto the other players. They just walk into the site. Like, a lot of it seems like they're just being patient, and EG are going, okay, we have to do something. We have to do something. It's like, you have a man up. You don't really need to do that much. Sure, okay, you have a little bit of a limitation when it comes to weaponry and utility, so I do understand, okay, we want to find the information, but, like, how many times now have we seen them peek into Hut and die?
Twice.
Well, I think even, wasn't the shot through the wall that Olaf hit earlier was also...
Okay, so technically 3 different people, yeah.
And it hasn't worked. The push into that position hasn't worked. Like, you can go for, like, sneakier peeks. If you do it from above, you can sometimes get the information, but it looks like they're just trying to fight FaZe, which, if I can think of anything worse, well, I'd have to be a genius. Maybe an evil one.
I don't get paid enough for this sometimes. Well, 8-2, a good start for Evil Geniuses. And yeah, I think I completely agree. It seems like EG are just forcing the issue a little too often. Like, they don't necessarily need to get aggressive. It's great to like get aggressive, get a kill, and then back away, which you saw Stanislav do, right? He got the initial kill. He tried to back off, and technically he probably should have escaped because we saw Nico get very aggressive, push through their own smoke to cross in towards Secret, which eventually did get punished by Cirque. But I don't know. It's like they have something to prove. They don't feel confident playing passive and playing for retakes. Obviously, retakes are very difficult on Nuke.
Well, think of one of the rounds they've won. It was on time.
Yeah.
Like, they've won 2 rounds, and one of them is based off FaZe running out of time. So why is that not something that comes in again? Like, sure, the next round, FaZe just blasted into the site and absolutely wrecked them. So you're going to have that in your mind as well, that, okay, we can't just save utility all the time.
Yeah.
But even still, like, if you're getting wrecked this hard on the CT side, I think you have to try and switch things up, force FaZe into a more execute-heavy style, make them go for, like, riskier plays like they had to do in that round. Instead, though, I like this. Olaf just trying to lurk in the back lines. The rest of the team making their way in towards this site. Cirque does manage one. Tarek's still here, but doesn't connect anything. Nico just with the cleanup. And, well, you can hit some pretty nutty long-range shots with the MP9, but I'd be very impressed if he gets away with anything here. And, yeah, that's about right.
I think a question as well that people should have is, like, who's going to be the support player within the team? Because Olafmeister's been playing Lurk recently, and I'm assuming he's going to continue to play that, as we just saw.
I don't know. You say that, but for the majority of the rounds, Nico's been lurking.
Yeah, which, I mean, to be fair, I mean, it's also kind of like Counter-Strike 101, but you have to ask, like, do you need a support? And I feel like on a lot of the maps you're going to need to, but there's going to be those maps where people can just hit those shots that you don't need those flashes to open things up with. Though I feel like the better teams you play, the more stuff you're going to get without that kind of support play. So I'm really curious who's going to pick that up. It's Cirque again. He's really locking things down in towards Squeaky. Second time he's been able to do just that. They have the man advantage. Now this time, EG, don't get aggressive. Don't push. Let them come to you. You have the man advantage. You have an op watching ramp. You have an op in towards upper if Cirque's going to continue to hold that position, which he's actually watching towards outer now. And just wear the timeout. And don't tell me, yeah, Breeze is actually going to be in towards Hutting. If he gets wallbanged another time, I'm going to flip.
I think he's going to flip his keyboard, or maybe the desk. Oh, but he gets away with it. That's fine. Olaf didn't even try and kill him. He was like, maybe I can just jump away from this. But no, it doesn't work out. So it is going to work this time.
I don't think he's a T-Rex. I don't think if you stop moving, he's just not going to see you all of a sudden. I think that's how it works in Counter-Strike. But 55 seconds left to go here for FaZe Clan. Down 2 players. Stanislaw going to make that 3. It looks like finally Evil Geniuses have been able to put a halt on FaZe Clans in the round. 9 rounds on T-side nuke, though, is phenomenal to see. I feel like just more about EG being underprepared than FaZe Clan performing super well.
Doing a lot of damage in this scenario. Brocky is going to be able to remove 1, and actually Cold hits a shot onto Ethan as well. This is still a possibility for FaZe. They're going to Molotov things off. That gives them the chance to get the bomb down. Brocky even getting slightly more aggressive here. And he's actually going to go down. Understandable, but he's going to leave it onto this man, and there's not many other people you'd want to see in these sort of clutch situations. The problem is they have so much utility. Round the corner they go. He hits the shot onto the first, but nothing more. Stan puts down Cold Zero. And they are going to get themselves a 3rd round.
But Tom, that was 2 on 5.
Yes.
That was 2 on 5, and they pulled it down to a 1v2 or 1v3 with a 1v2 in the end. Like, that should just not really happen.
Even at 2v3, I would say that that's open. Like, at that point, like...
There was still a chance FaZe Clan could have won that easily.
If Brocky pushes, gets one of them, and falls back, they win.
Yeah.
Like, I'm almost 100% sure they win. But, yeah, it was important that they peaked him together. I don't think he expected there to be 2 players rotating through the ramp, but... Yeah, he definitely doesn't seem to be shying away from anything here. Top fragger in the whole server, 18 years old, and probably the least known of everybody in the server. Like, I think it was HLTV, there was a post coming out from Professor where he said when he was signed to this team, he had 1,800 followers. So it's sort of like going into this and being the top fragger in this match. When you look at some of the names that you have in there,
how does it feel that he's 18 and he has more followers on Twitter than you?
He probably does now. Should I check? While we've got a little bit of a break, let's really hurt myself.
I've been at this for 7 years, and I don't want to hear he's passed me in the matter of 2 days.
Hey, FaZe is a pretty big brand.
Well, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Back into the game. 9-3 in our first half for FaZe Clan. They're looking to make it 10. Will they be explosive? They do have a Mach 10 on Rain. So we might see them go for the big push in towards inner, or actually they're just going to go out towards ramp, going to push straight to the smoke. Tarek, will he expect it? Well, it doesn't matter. He's going to miss the first shot and back away in the meantime. Rain not able to chase this one down, but they've been able to get this lower control, and there we go. The shotgun op coming out of Tarek, only able to get 1. Cirque's going to be there for a second. Now they immediately start to hold things off their FaZe Clan, not feeling like they can contest this push, this AWP too easily, unless Olaf Meister can hit this shot.
Yeah, they have to continue to push. That's the problem. The bomb is not dropped in a particularly pretty position. And there's already 3 players on the lower bomb site for EG. They're in a very good position here. Pete going to be coming out. Cirque lets 1 cross, but the other won't get the courtesy. Now it leaves just 2 remaining. Now they managed to bring it close in the previous round. This one, if anything, is a closer scenario, but a bit of a better crossfire available for Evil Geniuses. So you can't really expect much here from FaZe, but hey, we'll see.
I mean, it's 2v4. I wouldn't count them out from what we've seen in the prior rounds. They can get these 2 kills in towards the door, which I think Olaf Meister might try to actually bait it in with the help of the bomb, and he gets the first. That's Cirque going down. Will he expect the second? Yes, he will. Ethan will follow as well. Now it's down to a 2-on-2. As Stanislaw pushes through the door, the bomb does go down, but Cold now in a 1-on-2 up against Breeze and Stanislaw. He's got some time to work with. Unfortunately, he doesn't have the HP. 1 grenade out of Stanislaw could end this round for FaZe Clan.
Oh, it just goes past him. They might expect him to have moved. That's the only problem, but I think he thought there was somebody already defusing the bomb. They're now going to try and bait him into a peek, and this time it's for real. This time they're holding it down. The peek comes out, and well, it's just going to be defused. Nothing Cole could do there. Breeze even puts him down in the end, and yeah, he was just too low HP to hold on to that one. If he has a little bit more, then I think there's a possibility.
I wonder if he didn't go for the first shot onto the bomb when no one was defusing, because you were saying they might have thought he went somewhere else because the nade did go through, right? Maybe he wouldn't have been able to turn it to a 1-on-1 if he just held the trigger discipline a little bit better, but obviously hindsight can be 20/20. It's kind of hard to figure out what could have happened. But still 9 rounds, like that's going to be a T-half you're going to be very happy about when you move on to the CT side. As we make our way through into the last round of the half, a lot of heavy early investment out of the CT side out of EG to make sure there's no sort of rush to come through. Have yet to see the broke on the AWP. I'm curious if we're not really going to see it much over the course of this series and maybe this tournament. But I definitely want to see what this young star has to bring to the FaZe Clan roster.
Yeah, as said, in his previous team, it wasn't really something he did.
Yeah.
So it might just be something he picks up every once in a while. I think that's the great thing. Like, you try and counter one AWPer. If the other team has 4, it's a little bit more difficult. Then again, this man alone can be difficult enough to counter. Cirque just going aggressive on the outside. It's been a real pleasure to push this angle for FaZe so far, but this man has decided to try and take it back, not allow them any further. And while they didn't expect Stan in the corner either, he was the backup plan in case anything went wrong. Much better now from EG as they completely shut down this round, and it's just the Latvian man left to try and fight this back. The youngster with so much pressure on his shoulders, I don't think it gets any tougher than this.
All right, well, that's a good start. That's the first kill. It's gonna need a hell of a lot more than this, though, to close this round out. With only 28 seconds left to go, looks like it will be a 5-9 scoreline so far. He's moving to now the last round of the half. And finally, we've seen EG pick up some steam. They've been able to start winning some rounds. But I wonder, is it going to be a little bit too late for them, though?
I will say, obviously, with a new roster, a lot of the time you can find holes within their defense a lot easier. Like, maybe the T side is just a little bit more free-flowing. You have, obviously, Nico actually calling the strategies, what the plan is, and you just follow that. Or you're just trying to work picks, and EG have been handing them. The other side, if you're being pushed, it's a little bit more difficult. Maybe communication goes a bit wrong. We'll have to wait and see. And once again, Olovi's been pretty good at getting down in towards these vents. There is already Stan around this angle, just waiting patiently for anybody to try and make their way in towards this site, which Olaf is actually just lurking around that angle. It's more just going to be a game of cat and mouse and see who ends up stealing that frag away, but it's at least a lot of map control. It's just what you actually do with it from here. Can Olaf actually manage to get a kill? Is it just for information? And what do the remaining players on the team actually do in the meantime? By the looks of it, they're throwing a lot of smokes outside, but that's not where the majority of the team are going.
Yeah, it's a standard let Nico rotate in a little bit later as they set him up with smokes. Olaf did get down. This is actually that round we talked about before where Olaf Meister got caught. That if Olaf Meister stayed alive, then they would be able to force the push in towards ramp. They'd have Nico come in towards Secret as well. But Olaf Meister's gone down again, unfortunately. They're being shut down at ramp with the AUG. And it looks like this strat's not going to work out another time here for FaZe Clan. Oh, Cirque is just so deadly with AWP.
Yeah, this man stepping up has made things very difficult. And now, well, they know that Nico's been lurking around other portions of the map, so they're expecting every angle. If Cirque doesn't manage to kill him here, it's only because he's looked away. Like, the angle he is currently holding is absolute filth. Nico actually predicts it, but yeah, he gets decapitated. A good turnaround in the end, you could say, but ultimately, it's not going to work out.
Yeah, so good job by EG to come back. It's now 9-6 at the end of the first half. We're going to head to a short break, and we come back, we'll be finding out who takes map number 1.
cross them. Moving through the city like it's Gotham. They told me get one, so I got one. Stop saying you're a boss when you now one. You ain't sacrificed now, you ain't lost none. All over the gram like you got a bag. You ain't big dog, we ain't hear none of that. I'm in the gym looking like a running back. And you know the flow, gotta make them bad. Who I was in the past, now I'm unattached. Only focus in this moment is bringing the summer back. Oh, respect my grind, elevate souls, and I spread good vibes. Young divine, you know I gotta shine. Raise your hands for a good time. Aye.
Vibe until the morning, sleep until the noon. You said that you want it, so I got it for you. Let's all get together and show them how we move, we move, we move. Bringing summer to you.
Let's go, 'cause you know how we roll. Let's take it down the world and back again. Ready, let's go, 'cause you know like.
Welcome back, everyone, to the continuation of ESL 1 New York with FaZe Clan up against the Evil Geniuses. So far, it's been a 9-6 scoreline in favor of FaZe Clan from the T side of Duke. And we'll see how they can finish off potentially this map in the second half. And Jason Kaplan's still joined by the lovely, handsome, wearing a tuxedo in the studio today, Tom Biz.
Sure, why not?
And no one can prove me wrong because no one can see us.
That is true. It's a shame I didn't have the trousers with me, otherwise it really would have been perfect.
Yeah, I don't really appreciate only dressing the top half of your body.
I feel sorry for whoever's to sit on this chair next, to be honest. But
well, that would be Moses, who will be back tomorrow. But we're about to kick off our second half, and so far, FaZe Clan, they've had, I think, a phenomenal start. Like, considering it's on Nuke, which is a very difficult map to do. And then, of course, after this map, we'll have Vertigo as our second, which is really a crazy map.
Peace.